You're listening to the Fitzy and Wippa podcast.
Can we play the Neighbours theme if you've got it in there, Macca, at some stage? I mean, Neighbours last night.
Interesting at the end too, they went through all the different versions of the recording of the intro.
Wasn't it weird? Wasn't it weird to have it back on free to wear?
I heard the
Because
story.
I didn't even know how to find Peach.
No, thank God. But it was weird that they kept telling people on Channel 10 that it was on Peach as well. I don't know. I don't care. I'm watching it on Channel 10.
For all you Peach freaks, it's still on.
Yeah.
Make sure you tune in.
Oh, Peach freaks. And I believe The Hunted is still on TV.
Yeah, running ads all along the bottom of the episode.
Well,
was a little bit disrespectful.
I think the producers of Neighbours were in an episode of Hunted to get all the old stars back.
Yeah, they were. And they found a few of them, mate. There were some beautiful cameos.
I'm throwing this out there.
Go on.
And I love Guy Pearce as an actor. Memento is an amazing movie, and some of the roles that he's had over the years have been unbelievable. But for him, right, because, you know, and we'll talk about Kylie Minogue and Jason Donovan and all that. Delta just did a little role, a little, you know, thank you. Mm-hmm. He's put his hand up and said, I want to be in the whole final episode.
It was awesome.
Write me in there. And when he ran into Jane, when Mike ran into Jane, Sarah, and they had all those flashbacks to when they were kids.
It was the best.
And, you know, that moment when Guy Pearce is looking into Annie Jones's eyes, Mike and Jane, and he reveals how he really feels.
Jane, you were the first person I wanted to see when I came back here. The reality is I'm still in love with you.
Oh, great call, mate.
Probably more now than I ever used to be.
You reckon?
What an actor.
Look, I realise this is probably a bit much, but if I was here, take things slowly and just see where this goes. Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, but I was looking at them going, oh, I don't know, Guy, that was then, mate. Mike, I reckon you could do better now.
Oh, mate, give me a break. The whole night, you're the only one on the email change last night that was just negative about the whole
No, it wasn't
thing.
negative. I wanted him to go harder. Throw a leg over. You might not be here for long. This is the last episode. You got the key to an empty house. Get in there and shake a couple of mattresses, Mike.
Do you know what? But that's what I love about, because who was the one that came out and said she didn't want to be associated with Home and Away anymore?
Oh,
Melissa
Melissa George.
Yeah.
You know, like Guy Pearce.
Shame on you.
You know what? He embraces it. He's still got his feet on the ground.
Yeah.
He knows that Neighbours was his start, and now he's
awesome.
a superstar.
Do you know the other thing we realised too? Rebecca Emalogalou,
Yes.
who was in it making out with Paul Daniel. What's his name?
But with
Robinson.
Stephen Dennis.
Stephen
Paul
Dennis.
Robinson.
Daniels.
Yeah. She was also in Home and Away
and
with
so
Guy
was
Pearce.
Guy Pearce.
They were love interests on Home and Away.
So when Home and Away wraps up, we're going to see Guy Pearce back there.
No. His character got killed in a car
Oh,
accident.
did he? Yeah, but when it comes back as a ghost, Sarah, for the final episode of Home and Away, Rebecca Emalogalou will appear again.
Okay, so let's talk about Kylie Minogue and Jason Donovan. I feel like they only had, Sarah, I reckon, half an hour with them on set.
And obviously they'd said to Kylie, we promise we won't give you more than 12 words to say.
The other thing as well, when they first rocked up on the screen, do you have to have this song playing in the background?
You do.
You do.
Wow. Look at this, huh? Crazy. We made it, huh?
Home sweet home.
Still together.
You made a great point. Why didn't they build a bit of real life into it? Why, they get out of their mini miner, they've parked in the middle of Ramsay Street, and then Jason says, you should never have left me for Michael Hutchins.
That would have been amazing.
I wanted more from them, mate. I wanted more of their storyline.
But remember, Toadie said to us yesterday, Ryan said that no one knew they were on set.
Yeah.
So obviously it was pretty quick.
Yeah, but
what they
I
did.
assume they'd flown in from the UK for it.
Well, no, she lives in Melbourne.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, she does.
She still lives in the UK.
She moved to Melbourne.
She moved
like
to
6 months
Chat
ago.
me about Kylie Minogue.
Don't you
Does
start
she
me.
really?
Yes.
What about, because I was trying to figure out how they're going to fit all the old characters into one scene. Well, they've just mashed Natalie Imbruglia with Holly Valance.
I'm on a Facebook page of the street where I used to live. Ramsay Street.
I used to live on that street too.
No way.
Yes, number 26. Well, mainly number 26.
I was 24. I actually lived at 26 as well.
What? What are the chances?
Oh, so many happy memories.
That was a good scene, wasn't it?
Do you know
To see
what?
those two back.
I heard an interview yesterday with a guy who found Ramsay Street, and he worked for Grundy, and he had 2 weeks to search Melbourne trying to find a court where you could build a storyline around everybody that lived in the court, and the houses were quite nice. And his direction that he was given was to find a court where people would watch from overseas, say the UK, and think to themselves, I'd give anything to live in that part of the world.
It probably started that way, though, 40 years ago.
Well,
It's
you're
just
right.
that they haven't touched those houses
Those
since.
triple-fronted brick veneer.
And it's I wanted to live in Coronation Street when I was a kid as well, you know.
There you go.
Holly Valance took that and married a billionaire.
Let's go to Craig McLachlan now, Macca, if we can, because there was controversy. He wasn't obviously in the
No.
final show. He was disappointed that he didn't.
Yeah.
But what was his character's
He
name?
was Henry Ramsay,
Henry.
and he was Kylie's brother.
Kylie's brother.
Yeah.
So he put up a Facebook post yesterday. So, well, you know what? It was
upset,
it was
wasn't he?
nice going, I met some amazing people there and I had an amazing time on the Neighbours set. Then he was at his piano and then he threw to Henry, his character from Neighbours. And this is what he had to say.
Hi, Craig. Hey, listen, thanks for letting me be part of your special Neighbours celebration. I really appreciate it. And hey, I used to cop a lot of flack about this hair, but the mullet's back, and the mullet's here to stay, and so is Henry Ramsay. Thanks again. I've got to finish this. Love you guys.
So Henry was
sad,
sort of part of the last show. Okay, so these were the last words. It was Susan Kennedy walking around Ramsay Street, just looking at everyone on the street, and this is what she had to say.
Everyone deserves a place in the history of Ramsay Street, even those who watched us from afar. Together, we have been
Susan?
the perfect blend.
Susan? Hey, where were you just now?
I was home.
Don't cut her off, Dr. Carl.
Oh, no,
Well
he was
done.
checking she was okay. She'd sort of zoned
Yeah,
out.
it had sort of undertones of the castle all about it, didn't it?
Can we speak to Rachel, please? Rachel was on yesterday with Toadie, with Ryan Moloney. She's watched every single episode. She's a Neighbours nerd. Rach, did you get emotional last night?
I did, actually. It's very sad. I'm really going to miss. I don't know what I'm going to do every night now.
Well, that's the thing, Rach. You might have to make sure Home and Away is your place. But, yeah, so many
I do
great
watch Home and
memories.
Away as well, both of
Did you
them.
love it, though, Rach? Were you happy with how it ended?
I did, actually. I was a bit nervous of how it was all going to end, but I'm glad we got to see Toadie get married. I liked how they brought, the videos at the end of all the...
Margot Robbie.
And
But
all
like
the people
Fitz
who had
said-
passed away.
Rach, Fitz mentioned that wouldn't it be great if there was a spin-off just about Mike and Jane? Hey, Rach.
She's emotional. She's emotional.
Good on you, Rach. Good to have you on the show again.
It just wouldn't be the same, though.
Yeah, well done, Rach.
It was a tough question.
Thanks for your kind words. She's emotional. Everyone's emotional. That's it. What is Rach going to do
What do
now?
we do
She'll
now?
probably go introduce herself to the sun.
You're listening to the Fitzy and Wippa podcast.
Weekend is here, and geez, it was emotional last
my
night,
God, what
wasn't
can
it?
I say?
The Neighbours finale on Channel 10. Oh, my gosh, just to see all those characters come back. And we spoke to him yesterday. He said, I'll be back in 24 hours for wrap-up of the week. Ryan Moloney, welcome back.
G'day, guys.
Mate,
How
congratulations.
are you all feeling? Are you feeling good? I'm feeling a bit teary.
Yeah, I bet. Did you actually sit down and watch it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who did you watch it with? Family? Friends? Did you have a few over?
Well, Beck actually, who plays Therese, she had a bunch of people over last night. But my son is sick and he's in isolation, so we were at home last night. But it was just us, the family. So that was actually really quite nice to spend it with
Even
them.
knowing what was going to happen, did you shed a tear?
Absolutely.
So
man.
did I, man.
Yeah.
That's the end of my my 28 years right there.
Hey, well done. It was such a big part of everybody's life. Sitting at home with Mum and the sisters, we used to make Neighbours board games. We used to write to Channel 10 chasing fan cards. It was such, the magazines that would come out.
Absolute creep.
Not a creep at all, mate. Just a lover of fine
Stalker,
Australian drama.
psycho. Yep.
And Toadie, I've always
Do you
wanted
still have the fan cards?
Yes, I still do, mate. I'd love you to sign it one day. And I want to get one of those T-shirts with the car going off the cliff and the
No problems, we'll get you that.
So when you have the finale of Neighbours, what do you do next? That's the big question. And, well, actually, Ryan, can we ask you, because you're about to audition as a rapper. We're about to find out. But you're going into a completely different field now, aren't you?
I've started the civil construction course. Yeah, with Foresight Training. Thanks. A big shout out to Foresight. Thanks, guys.
What do you want to do, mate?
Well, look, we kind of have built houses and farms and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to do what every little boy dreams of. I'm just going to go and dig some big holes with some big machinery.
Brilliant.
Drive trucks and all that kind of stuff.
How much fun.
Is it hard going back and studying again? I mean, it's been so long.
No, it's not that hard. No, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to go and dig holes. But that's what's appealing about me.
Yeah.
I don't have to go home and learn lines. So I'm happy with that. I can turn up to work and just go and dig a hole, and it's like the castle. Dale dug a hole. I love it.
You don't have to learn lines until you come back onto Fitzy and Wippa, and you got to learn your rap lines.
You do.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we're doing wrap up of the week. Wippa, you're up against Ryan this morning.
Okay.
This is.
I mean, how do you put 37 years into a rap? You know what I mean, guys?
Well, I think you'll be able to murder it somehow.
Thank you.
Ryan Moloney is here after 37 years. Neighbours ended on Channel 10 last night. It's the end of Toadie, but he is here to rap for everybody right now. Let's get into it.
Fitzy and Wippa and Fitzy. Love it when you rap battle on Friday. Don't know how much that Wippa weighs. Ask her later on at the buffet.
All right, Ryan, you are our guest today. You're rapping against Wippa, but you get to choose. Do you want to go first, or do you want the big whip to go first?
No, we'll give it a crack. We'll go first. Why not?
Well,
He digs holes and he raps. All right, here we go. You're the man.
Good luck. Here we go, Ryan.
Good luck, Toadie.
Yeah, thank you. Here we go.
Come on, brother. Bring it on.
Yeah. Life without Neighbours is pretty nasty. It's worse than watching Whopper smash a pasty. You see him eating, it's pretty scary. He's like a black bear, except more hairy. Bogan Fitzy, I've been warned about you. You're so awful, your hair don't want to be attached to you. And I know bad hair, because I can assure you, because Toadie's ponytail looked like a dead rat. This radio show is a lot like crypto, because it started off okay, and now it's crashing so low. You got no idea, you missed the target. Wippa puts all his money in the chicken stock market. His diet's in the wrong direction. Shop for his undies in the hammock section. Do you like tapes or CDs? Because this rap's heading south. So see the final rap line in your mouth. Goodbye to Wippa, the overweight Riddler. Wants to turn Lassiter's into a sizzler. But there's something about Neighbours you ought to know. I drove that car off the cliff because I was listening to this show.
That was huge.
Yep.
My God.
Brilliant.
Well done.
That was really clever.
Thank you guys. It was a late night last night, a few tears, maybe an odd drink or two, and that's what I cracked out.
Oh, my God. He was freestyling, everyone. All right, here we go. Pump it up, Macca.
Come on, Mike.
Hey, Toadie, here's my 2 cents. Why were you peering over Carl and Susan's fence? Everything that's gone wrong on this show, I could list a few. Hey, Toadie, I blame you. At your own wedding, you said I do, and the next thing you know, an explosion blew the roof through.
What are you talking about?
You had 7 weddings and hooked up with half the crew. You know what, Toadie? I blame you. You're married and on your honeymoon for 2, driving down the highway, no focus, not a clue. You drove off a cliff and the car sank like a broken canoe. Hey, Toadie, I blame you.
I'm getting a theme here.
Sorry, mate, you didn't kill Bouncer. Was it rabies? He did start to molt. And also, Carly and Jason, it wasn't your fault. Hey, Harold, washed up on the rocks. What a horrible fall. Your ponytail, was that your call?
What is it?
Toadie, it has been so sweet. And now the final time we hang out on Ramsay Street. 37 years of good family times. We watched as you grew. On behalf of Australia, Toadie, we say thank you.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. Thank you. I kind of got a vibe there that you were going to say it was my fault that Neighbours went. You're going to blame me.
Started off really abusive.
What about you started the rap and you rhymed everything with true, and then about halfway down you went, all right, I've run out of words.
No, I did not run out of words.
And then you went into
I nailed it.
You went into bouncer.
Yeah, malt.
And malt.
Carly and Jason, wasn't your fault.
Yeah.
Don't question the rap.
But
you
you
loved
also
it.
you rapped against Toadie, but Ryan came on the show to rap.
Yeah.
You just kept abusing Toadie.
I'm having a go at Toadie because all the storylines are about the character he played.
Yeah, that's it. They're one and the same, you know.
Sarah, we need a winner.
Oh, I don't think this is tough. Ryan Moloney!
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Well done. Mate, thank you very much again, mate, for everything that you've done. You've been on our screens for so long. We appreciate your time. Good luck in your future ventures. And Home and Away versus Neighbours. We'll get you back for that rap. We've got to do that at some stage.
Bring it, Alf.
All right. Thanks, buddy. Take care.
Cheers, guys.
You're listening to the Fitzy and Wippa podcast.